Hey guys, I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the store feature on your calculator, on your TI-84 calculator that you're going to be using for your SOL test. And so we're going to look at some problems that features this idea that can help you be better prepared for your SOL. So here we go. The first problem says find the value of this expression if A is equal to 8, B is equal to 5, and C is equal to -4. So what the store feature does in your calculator is that it stores the number in for a variable, and then you're able to type this expression using the variables to find your value. So what it says here and how to do it, it says press the number, then stow, which is your store feature, then the alpha, then the letter. And so we're going to do that right now with the calculator. Show you how to do it. Alright, so what you're going to do is first, you're going to type in the number. So A is equal to 8. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in 8. And we're going to hit the stow button, which is right above the on button. And then we're going to do alpha, which is this green button here. And the letter A is right below it. It's for the math button. So we'll hit alpha math. So we're going to hit the math button, hit A. And once you've done that, you're going to press enter. And then once you know you've done it right, it changes down here to 8, and so that tells you that you've entered it correctly. Alright, so quick little thing to recognize that you have not entered it correctly is if you do it in reverse. So if I do it this way, if I do A store 8 and I hit enter, it'll give you an error like this. Okay. So what you want to do is not have that happen. So I'm going to hit quit. Alright. What you want to do is start with the number first, then store, then alpha, and then the letter. Press enter, and there is your store. Okay. So we've stored in 8 in for A. Now we're going to store in 5 in for B. So I'm going to press 5, store alpha, and B is right in the apps button here. So I'm going to put 5 store B, hit enter. Okay, and you're going to do C as well. So I'm going to put in -4, stow alpha, and C is the program button. Hit enter. So now I have these values in for A, B, and C. And now all I have to do is type in the expression. Now anytime you have a fraction that looks like the expression, you're going to have to use some parentheses here. I recommend use parentheses whenever you can. Makes the process a lot easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put parentheses around the top part first. So parentheses 4 alpha B plus 12 parentheses. Then I'm going to put the division symbol. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to also do parentheses here. Alright, so parentheses 3 alpha A plus 2 alpha C. And I'm going to close it with the parentheses, and so there's my expression that you have on your paper. So there's the expression on the paper, there's the expression right there in your calculator. And I press enter. The answer is 2. So the answer to this problem is 2, and I would select B as the answer. Okay? Alright, so that's how we can store in values in for A, B, and C, and it helps us be able to solve problems like that. Okay, now I'm going to scroll down here to to this problem right here. Okay, show some other features. Just make sure that you guys remember some features here. Okay, so I'm going to clear this out. Alright, here's this problem here. Number 3 says, what is the value of 3x squared minus y squared if x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 3. And so to do this, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. Alright, first we got to store in our values. So 1 store x. Now x could be here where I'm pointing at right now, or you could do alpha and it's right back to the store button. Okay, so 1 store x, alpha x, enter again. Always press enter after you've done it. and then I'm going to do the other value. So here we go, 3 store alpha y, which is number 1, and hit enter. So now I have 1 in for x and 3 in for y. Okay. Now I'm going to type in the expression that it says, and it says the following. Here we go. It says 3 alpha x squared, and remember x squared is right here, okay, minus alpha y squared. Okay. Alright, give you guys a second to figure out what this answer is. By pressing enter here, you should get the value of -6, and so our answer to this problem is -6. It's letter C. Okay. Now I'm going to do a couple things with this next problem here. Here's your next problem right here. Okay, I'm going to scroll down right here in the middle. Okay, we're going to look at this one right here, number 4. Alright, I'm going to look at a couple features such as where is the cube root symbol. Okay, what is the value of 3x squared minus y times the cube root of 27 if x is -1 and y is 3? Okay, so this one looks kind of interesting, but they'll give you some expressions that involve a bunch of different things, such as the cube root symbol, and so you have to be aware of where those things are in the calculator, and you also have to be aware of what values are going to be in there. And this is why we use the store key, so we don't make those mistakes and make those errors. Sometimes we made errors with -1 and plugging them in to something that's squared and getting the wrong answer for that. Okay, so we want to avoid and eliminate the negative values like that and making sure we plug in the right numbers. Okay, so the store features help eliminate that idea. And so here we go. This is what we're going to do. Again, you want to store these values in. So -1, store alpha x, enter. 3, store alpha y, enter. Okay, so we have -1 and 3 in for our variables. Okay, so we're going to type what we have here. Okay, we're going to type in x 3 times alpha x squared. All right, minus, and I want to make sure that we're in classic here. Here we go. So we're going to go classic here. Oh, okay, so we'll have to restart typing this expression. That's okay. Alright, let's make sure everything is stored in. Okay, and that's always a good thing. If something happens where you clear it by accident, or you hit delete and then clear, just retype these numbers in to make sure that they're stored. So I'm going to store them again. -1, store alpha x, enter. 3, store alpha y, enter. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to type in the expression that we have. 3 alpha x squared minus alpha y. And now we're going to have to type in the cube root symbol. And so to do that, we are going to hit the math button. We're going to go down to 4. So we're going to go to math 4 to get our cube root symbol, and then we type in the number 27. And then notice that there's a parentheses here. We're going to have to close that with another parentheses. So our numbers should look like this, our expression should look like this in the calculator. And then when I hit enter, we'll find our answer. Okay? I'll give you a second to make sure you have everything typed in. And I'll give you a second to hit enter to see what answer you got. And the answer you should have got in this problem is -6. And so the answer to this problem is C, -6. Okay? Alright, if you have any questions on the store feature, feel free to ask me. And that's part 1 for store. There's other features that we will be using for store. And so I'll show you that in another video.